going in the first quarter. Merrick over left side. Back out front, Merrick. He'll launch a three from the left side. In and out, no good. And now a foul, and this is going to go against ISA. That's Badeko. That'll be on him.
Chapmanville's got the momentum, and that's going to be the 1-and-1 now for Chapmanville. And Badeko, now I don't know how many fouls that is on him, but let's take a look here. Underneath, and Hunter Jeffrey drew the foul.
He had the position on him.
Dirty work, man. He's doing it underneath.
So I tell you what, I'm like you, man. Hunter Jeffrey has played some big-time minutes here.
It's not going to show up in the stat sheet either, and that's unfortunate, but he is playing big-time minutes right now, especially when you have Obina, who's able to sit down for an extended period of time with multiple fouls.
Well, I said they've gone on a run and extended this lead with Obina on the bench, and now Jeffrey, who's admitted he's not a very good free throw shooter. He told me
ain't got to be.
Yeah, he told me in class the other day. He bragged about it. He said, I actually hit both my free throws the other day. So let's see how this goes on the 1-and-1, and this one misses off the back iron, no good. So rebound comes down to ISA. 35 seconds left in the first half. Over left side, three on the way, online, but no good for Colbert. Gets it back and a charge, and who else but Hunter Jeffrey draws it?
What I tell you, Hunter Jeffrey doing the little things that don't show up in the stat sheet, Chris. He takes a charge on an offensive rebound. You'll see it here, and boom, position, nailed it on the replay. Hunter Jeffrey, give that man a standing ovation.
And he gets one as he goes to the bench right here. After a rousing first half for him with Obina on the bench, and you love it from the Chapmanville crowd, a basketball-savvy crowd. They know, only 2 points, but he did all the dirty work, as you mentioned, Nathan, here in the first half.
That's the kind of player you want on your team, Chris. That's the kind of guy you need to win ball games.
Yeah, so like a Zach Casto a few years ago for Chapmanville, who did a lot of that work.
I think Cam Thurlman for WVU.
Yes, there's another good one. Down to 13 seconds left in the first half. Chapmanville by 7. Scholl, nice drive, gets inside, puts up a tough floater, won't go. Rebound tipped out. Rebounded by Chase Berry with 5 seconds. Pass intercepted. Now here comes ISA with a chance. Three-quarter court shot at the horn, no good, as it's airballed just inside midcourt by Barba, and that will do it for the first half. Well, ISA jumped out big with a 20-point first quarter, led it 20-14. And Chapmanville outscores them in the second quarter by a score of 24-11 to take a 7-point halftime lead over International Sports Academy out of Ohio. Well, Nathan and I are going to step aside now as we are at the half, and we'll be gone for a 2-minute break. And when we come back after this 2-minute break, we'll talk about everything that's gone down here in the first half of action from Danny Gobby Gymnasium, as you're listening to and watching Chapmanville Tiger basketball action right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports.
Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services, founded in 1975 by Riley Joe Evans, is a full-service funeral provider, offering services that respect all faiths, personal preferences, and financial considerations. They are the only funeral home in Boone, Lincoln, Logan, and Mingo counties with its own crematory. For more information, contact Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services at 304-855-3232 or visit www.evans-funeral-home.com or like Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services on Facebook to see their updated obituary information.
I'm Tanya Crubb, Director of Acute Inpatient Rehab, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Wright, Surgical Podiatrist from Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
I'm Romel Mitchell, Executive Secretary, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Thank you for trusting your care at
Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Logan Physical Therapy wants to help you. Have you been injured at work or in an accident? Come to Logan Physical Therapy and Doug Hibbs will provide a thorough, careful evaluation and create a comprehensive treatment program that will get you back on your feet. Logan Physical Therapy, turning setbacks into comebacks.
Most people think that after an accident, you'll have to pay $500 for your deductible. The truth, at Allstate, you could pay $0. Allstate gives you $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Then another $100 off every year you don't have an accident. Let the good hands reward your safe driving with a deductible that goes away. Now that you know the truth, Are you in good hands?
Welcome back, everybody. 38-31, Chapmanville leads it here at the half. Chris Kidd with you, alongside me, Nathan Bush. As we get our official from the last game coming over here and giving us fist bump. You were amazing in that game. You were our comedy relief, sir. We absolutely loved it.
It was great. It was great.
It was. Yeah, if you were with us on video productions of that game, I was calling it. It was can't even remember who it was that was playing now.
Taze Valley.
Yeah, Taze Valley Christian and Henderson Collegiate. And, the Taze Valley Christian coach and him were and it wasn't anything mean either side, but, the official in that game had several funny things to say anytime that Coach Arrowwood got off the bench and was trying to contest something, so it was always fun listening to those two go back and forth with each other. But, here in the first half, Nathan, right off the bat, it really did look like Chapmanville was going to have big-time problems here this evening with ISA bombing away from the outside. They hit 4 threes in the first quarter and looked like they were unstoppable. Only hit 1 3 in the second quarter and just could not find the range, it felt like, from anywhere. As Chapmanville then slowly but surely came back. They waited them out almost, Nathan, after they had that big shooting. And a lot of teams would panic in that spot, but Chapmanville said, you know what, they're hot now. Let's wait and see if this continues. And it didn't, and Chapmanville got hot themselves in the second quarter.
Well, what happened, Chris, was Coach Napier took that timeout, and what he did was he switched his team from man-to-man into a 2-3 zone. And in that 2-3 zone, now normally a 2-3 zone would allow your shooters to knock down shots, but for ISA, their shooters went cold. And they were denying the ball to Badeka. They were denying the ball to Ambrose underneath. So what Chapmanville essentially did was take away the 2 big-time options that ISA has, and they're forcing guys like Barba and Clayton and Colbert and Dillenbeck to try to shoot their way out of a slump, and they've yet to be able to do so, and that's why Chapmanville has this lead. Plus, of course, the great play of Obina and Achille Killen before he went to the bench with 2 fouls. Andrew Shaw and Philip Mullins have been fantastic, but, man, I cannot harp on it enough. Hunter Jeffrey has come in and played big-time minutes. He's only got 2 points on the stat sheet, but what he's doing to guard Badeka, who he gives up at least 6 to 7 inches on. He's helping underneath on double teams, setting good screens, taking charges, going after 50-50 balls, doing all those things that you want a player to do that's on your squad.
Again, 38-31 Chapmanville here at the half. And as I said, we've had some fun here in the first half trying to get down the pronunciation of Charles Badeko again. Then we got one that says Beako. James Barker sent us that it was Betty Ocko. James then told me that I was dead to him because I wouldn't go along with him on this. And, you said that you heard it from the coach yesterday that it was Badeko. So, you know what? Everyone out there on Twitter feed, on the feed for video productions, on WVOW feed, talk to Nathan Bush. Nathan Bush heard it. Nathan Bush swears on it. There you go, Nathan. There's the bus. I just threw you under it. I hope you enjoy it.
All right. I'll take all the hate.
And I know that there'll be people, well, why didn't you go check? Well, here's why. Because I got off the previous broadcast, and immediately I'm trying to find starters, numbers, get the other roster filled out. I was literally filling out the roster as we came on the air. I didn't have the time. I hadn't even had time to be able to go and take a second to enjoy myself. So that's why maybe I didn't have it. So, again, Nathan Bush is the man you want to tag and talk to.
I'm just going by what I was told last night after the previous game. So
I'm just messing with you.
Hey, that's fine. Notice they all message you. They don't message me.
That's because they know that you'll strangle them. I won't.
I'm not that mean.
I was going to say, no one fears Chris Kidd getting mad. They know there's not a whole lot of
There's a couple tennis rackets that might. That'd be about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, they know there's not going to be a whole lot of repercussions with me getting angry. But you look at the first half scoring on both sides. We'll start with Chapmanville. Leading all scorers is Andrew Scholl with 18 points, and Scholl with 5 3-pointers in the first half to go along with that. Then you had Philip Mullins with 10 points, had a pair of threes himself. Then you had Obina and Achille Killen, who got in foul trouble in the second quarter, but ended up with 8 points, all of those coming in the first quarter. Then you had Hunter Jeffrey as well in the lineup with 2 points to round out the scoring in the first half for Chapmanville. On the other end for ISA, Osborne, Ohio. Again, they were led in the first half by Andy Barba. He hit 3 3-pointers, finishing with 11 points. Then you had Colby Dillenbeck with 5 points. Brad Colbert with 5 points. Keon Ambrose with 4 points. Charles Badeko with 4 points. And rounding out the scoring was Jaden Clayton with 2 points. Well, ISA already out here after the half. Warming up here, Coach Brisky's club trying to get themselves going again. But again, if they struggle to shoot like they did in the second quarter, Nathan, Chapmanville could have an opportunity to run them out of this place right now. So what do you feel like they've got to do to try and slow Chapmanville down a little bit, or what they got to do to get their offense going? Because in the second quarter, it was just non-existent.
Well, I feel like there's going to be some adjustments made for ISA, and there's too much talent on this team, Chris, to think they're going to struggle all night shooting the ball. I mean, these are Division I prospects we're talking about here. Chapmanville, they're going to have to endure a run by this team because you know it's coming. Basketball's a game of runs. Right now, Chapmanville's on a hot run, and I'm sure ISA will be on a run here in this half as well, so we'll have to wait and see. But you know the coaching and the player and the talent is too good for this ISA squad for there to be too much longer of this poor shooting effort.
Well, 38-31, Chapmanville leads it. We'll step aside for a 2-minute break, and when we come back, it'll be time for the start of quarter number 3 from Chapmanville, West Virginia, as you're listening to and watching Chapmanville basketball action right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives.
FCA has become a full circle in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
Welcome to Peytonville. Nationwide helps protect everything you see in here, Brad. Every family, every business, even Mrs. Hoffman's dream of retiring to become a yoga instructor.
Oh, they have backstories.
Here, I got more to show you.
Start of quarter number 3 here from Danny Gobby Gymnasium. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you as 38-31 Tigers lead it against International Sports Academy out of Ohio. Tigers with the ball going right to left across your computer screen, radio dial, and television here in the third quarter as Mullins gets into the paint, pull-up jumper, couldn't bank it in, and rebounded by Ambrose. ISA going left to right across your computer screen, radio dial, and television as Clayton gets it inside, kicks it out. Open three for Colbert, no good. Rebound comes out to the side, and Philip Mullins gets the rebound. Pushing it up ahead, Scholl gets it on the left side, lobs it up to Obina, and off his hands and out of bounds. Just a little off to the side on the lob that time. It's the second time Chapmanville almost got the alley-oop to work tonight.
Yeah, and Obina would have knocked that down. That would have really got this place up and at him.
Colbert lobs it inside for Badeko. Had it knocked away by Obina and out of bounds. It'll stay with ISA.
Yeah, it looks like they got Dalton underneath trying to guard Badeko, but then when he gets the ball, they send Obina over to double him.
And I was going to say, Badeko is definitely bigger than 6'9". Obina's 6'9", and he's got about a head on Obina.
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
what I'm saying. I don't see 6'9". I'm seeing 6'11", 7 foot.
Ambrose goes cross court. Yeah, and Ambrose is listed at 6'6", and even he's got a little
I got to look up at 6'6".
Yeah,
Whoa.
say, even he's a little bit bigger. So now they get it out front. Barba takes a jumper and short-armed it. Misses, but saved by Ambrose. Back out front, stolen away by Mullins. Barba trying to chase. He's not going to get there, but Mullins misses the layup, but Obina there to clean it up for his 10th point. 40-31 Chapmanville. Clayton kicks it out. Nobody home except for Arlie Bush as he grabs it as it goes out of bounds.
That'd have been a shame if that would have hit him in the face, wouldn't it? He's my cousin. I'm allowed to do that.
It's the long-running feud between Nathan Bush and Arlie Bush here on the radio.
Arlie knows I love him.
As Philip Mullins drives baseline, trying to get over to the left side, kicks it out to Scholl. Scholl gets to the free throw line, pulls up in front of Barba, no good off front of the rim. Rebound fought for underneath. Badeko and Mullins both slide out of bounds, or Berry rather, but it's taken away by Clayton. Clayton up the middle of the floor, gets it out to Barba on the left wing, now to Badeko. Lost control of it, but gets it back. Has to give it off to Clayton after he wasted his dribble. 40-31, Chapmanville leads it. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Clayton out front, off the hands of Colbert.
Colbert's having trouble holding on to the ball this half so far.
That's about the third time he's bobbled one. They go down low for Badeko. He just buries his shoulder into Berry and takes him for a ride to the basket. Can't finish underneath, but he gets fouled by Berry. And Chapmanville, Obina, Coach Napper, and everyone else signaling travel after that.
I don't know if it was a travel, but that dude takes really big steps, does Badeko. That's what we'll say on that. It was if it was 2 steps, those were 2 really big steps. But he just had a mismatch underneath, and there was nothing you could do with it.
Badeko's free throw up and switches it through. He's got 5 points now for the game. That's his first point since the first quarter.
Oh, yeah, he walked. If you look at the replay, he definitely walked.
Yeah, again, our replay on television on video productions. Yeah, he may have taken Berry for the ride, but he took it without a couple of dribbles.
He could have got away with that in the NBA, but not in high school. We have rules here.
The second free throw, rims in and out, no good. So rebounded by Chapmanville, 40-32. Tigers lead it. There's 5:25 to go in the third quarter. Scholl dribbles in right side, kicks it to Obina. Both teams struggling to start this third quarter. Obina drives in strong, can't get a good angle and misses off the side of the rim. Rebound comes down to Clayton. Clayton dribbles in, goes up. Obina got there, forced him to throw it up higher, no good. Rebound comes out long, nice tip by Brody Dalton. Now Scholl looking for help, gives it over to Berry. His layup goes home as they were able to beat Ambrose to the basket that time, and a good find.
Here comes Ambrose now.
Gets it cross court for Barba, pull up baseline jumper, and Barba able to silence the crowd for now with his 13th point.
Obina's not been able to get going. He had a long sit, Chris. That could play some effect on his offensive game getting going as the loud lady from last year is behind us yet again.
42-34. Chapmanville leads it. Scholl pull up jumper from the right elbow, and Andrew Scholl picks up where he left off in the first half. He's now got 20 points. And it's good to be surrounded by all our familiar friends again.
As always.
4:25 to go here in the third quarter. 10-point Tiger lead. Over right side, Clayton, open three as ISA has just gone ice cold from the outside, minus Barba here in this game.
Yeah, they really have, Chris. And here comes Obina driving in.
Can't finish as he tried to take it in right side. Thought he got hacked, but nothing called. Now here comes Clayton back the other way. Clayton swings it over to Barba on the left side. Berry gets out on him quickly. Now to Colbert. Open look. In and out again. No good. And ISA getting good looks out of this 2-3 zone.
Yeah, and there's a timeout by Coach Napier.
That'll be a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep things here with Chapmanville leading at 44-34 with 3:51 left here in the third quarter. But again, thus far here in the third, 6-3, Chapmanville outscoring ISA. But I tell you what, ISA just cannot get anything going since that first quarter here tonight, Nathan.
They really haven't been able to get the shots to fall here in this half, Chris. They came out cold in the second, and it's continued into the third. But Chapmanville not been able to really take a big advantage of it and increase the lead by much, as they too have been struggling to score here in this quarter.
And again, just to give you an idea about how cold ISA has gone, they scored 22 points in the first quarter and hit 4 3-pointers. Since then, they've only made 1 3-pointer, and they have only scored 12 points in the last, looks like 12 minutes now of play.
Yeah.
So they're averaging a point a minute.
That's not a way to win basketball games.
And again, this program only in its second year of existence, as we said, mostly recruiting a lot of Canadian players, but did attract 35 athletes from 11 countries as they got going and went 15-11 last year, trying to improve on that this year. Right now, the two-time defending West Virginia State champions lead it by 10. Scholl on the left side, gets it in the left corner for Mullins. Mullins Off to Obina. Obina takes a jumper from the left side, online but short. Rebounded by Ambrose.
That jumper's struggling tonight for Obina, but during the season, that shot will fall.
Ambrose almost walked getting into the paint. Now picks up his dribble, kicks it out over to Barba. Now Dillenbeck, open three from the left corner. He's off the mark. Rebound comes down though to Colbert, and he's hammered on the way in as Philip Mullins met him with an elbow that time, and that'll go against Philip.
Yeah, Mullins there was just trying to get in and prevent an easy layup, and the foul was called. And ISA, it may do them some good, Chris, here if Colbert could knock down these 2 free throws.
Again, right now, ISA looking for any type of an answer. Again, even in the last couple of quarters as Colbert misses on the first. Again, looking at the first quarter, they had 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 field goals in the first quarter. They've only had 4 field goals not from the free throw line since the first quarter. Again, that's mainly where their points are coming from as Colbert hits the second and the lead down to 9.
And now with Badeko out, the pressure's back on, and now is the chance for Obina to get involved. Jeffrey with a shot.
No good as he tried to get it over Ambrose but misses, and now here comes Clayton up the floor. Gets into the center, sidesteps a defender, and draws the foul on the way in. So Clayton, good job forcing the action that time, draws the foul on Hunter Jeffrey. That'll be number 2 on him with 2:52 left in the third.
Yeah, and I think Jeffrey there just stuck his arm out, tried to just swat the ball away, but got Clayton on the arm and didn't fall, and Badeko's going to check back in now.
And now Chapmanville sending in Isaac Smith along with Chase Berry as Brody Dalton and Hunter Jeffrey will go to the bench here. And like you said, with as bad as ISA has shot in this game, Chapmanville, they've been able to increase their halftime lead slightly, but nevertheless, ISA just kind of hanging around right now.
This is not a team you want to give a little breathing room to let them get back into a ball game. Now the press is back on, but Chapmanville's got a few press breakers.
Again, they've got a couple of very good ball handlers, but right there they mess it up as Mullins was cutting towards the center, and Scholl thought he was staying out wide, and the pass goes over Mullins' head and out of bounds, so turnover for Chapmanville.
And Ambrose is going to grab a seat as Barba comes back in. Barba's another guy, like you said, committed to Miami of Ohio, and I may have been incorrect on that Conference USA. I believe Miami's in the MAC still, so I believe I misspoke earlier. So.
Well, we'll say old school.
Thank you, Booth Davis, for that correction.
Everybody's a good backseat driver, aren't they? Just saying, turn down your volume, folks, and you give it a shot. Dillenbeck gets it out front for Barba. Barba looks down low to Colbert. Now back out for Badeko. Drives baseline. Obina hits the deck. Nothing called. Badeko gets it back and finishes at the rim. And Coach Napper can't believe nothing on that as Obina looked like he had position, but nothing called.
Yeah, referees kind of swallowed the whistle there. It looked like Obina had position, but the refs called a no call, and it's back to a 2-possession game, Chris.
44-38. Chapmanville still in the lead. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. As Mullins swings it over to Smith. Now back out.
1-2-2 press here from ISA.
And again, first look we've seen of this tonight, I believe, as Scholl gets it back over to Smith. Now inside to Obina. Obina swings into the center of the paint. Now gives it off to Mullins. Puts it up and in as he banks it in from mid-range. And Mullins with his first points of the second half. Barba back up quickly the other way. Now Clayton into the corner for Dillenbeck. Back out front. They swing it around. Barba gets a good look from 3. Count it for Barba as he crashes to the deck.
He's been the most consistent outside shot they've had tonight, Chris, and he's feeling it, but he fell down there. He might have hurt himself.
Obina goes in hard, and he draws the foul on Dillenbeck and Obina.
No, they called a charge.
Or did they? Yes, they did, in fact. So Obina called for the charge, and that's going to be 3 on him. And Coach Napper can't believe the call.
Yeah, they called the charge. I didn't get a good look at it. Let's take a look here. That's a close call. That one's hard to – it's the toughest call in sports, I think, Chris, honestly.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people that have contested, maybe just get rid of that call altogether on the inside. A block or a charge, just get rid of it completely.
Well, the Rex Chapman Twitter feed, if you want to know about blocks or charges, that's where you need to go.
Yeah, I was going to say, his is fun.
Oh, yeah.
So 46-41 Chapmanville. Dillenbeck drives in left side, draws the contact, and he'll go to the line. As this could be on Hunter Jeffrey, and this could be his third, and it will be.
Well, the big guys for Chapmanville both in a little bit of foul trouble, but what's happened here, Chris, is Chapmanville's pace has slowed down immensely with this pressure from ISA. And on the other end, ISA now is using their size advantage to try to get in, create contact, and draw fouls.
Now Dillenbeck at the line, sinks the first free throw. As the lead down to 4. Again, it was as big as 10 for Chapmanville, but now Chapmanville has gone ice cold themselves here in the third quarter with only 8 points.
You had to know another run was coming, Chris. That's the thing. Basketball's a game of runs, and Dillenbeck knocks down the second one. It's a 3-point ball game.
That's 7 points for Dillenbeck now as we hit the final 60 seconds of the third quarter. Mullins works it up ahead to Scholl. Scholl on the left wing. He'll take a 3. No good, too strong, and rebounded underneath by Clayton. And now Dillenbeck swings the elbows, and it's going to be an offensive foul on him as he connected on one with Chase Berry.
And Berry, he knows about taking a hit, and Dillenbeck's saying, I can't help it when I hold the ball up. My elbow's right at his face because Dillenbeck's got size, but that is an offensive foul.
And again, Chase Berry, another one. He's going to be a guy that does a lot of the dirty work this year as well when he comes in the game, and right there picks up a key charge. They kick it out. Smith, open 3, no good. There's Hunter Jeffrey, though, on the rebound. Tried to give it to Smith cutting in, but throws it away to Barba. Now Jeffrey gets his hands on another one and steals it away, trying to fight with it with Badeko, and Badeko steals it. Up ahead now for Dillenbeck. Drives in, and he loses it off his hands and out of bounds, and what a wacky sequence that was on both ends.
Yeah, and Dillenbeck, Scholl was down there trying to put some pressure on him, and Scholl even put his hands up, and Dillenbeck just lost it. There was no contact. Brody Dalton checks in for Hunter Jeffrey now. Badeko goes out, and Ambrose back in.
I think that was like 6 turnovers in less than 20 seconds.
All we were missing was the Benny Hill music.
So now Chapmanville may get the final look of the quarter here. We'll see.
A lot of subs coming in here to end the third quarter.
46-43, Chapmanville leads it. Third game of the evening from the Phenom Country Roads Classic here in Chapmanville, West Virginia. Again, big slate on hand tomorrow as well. Chapmanville will play the last game against Miller, Virginia. Right now trying to knock off International Sports Academy as Dalton gets it across midcourt. 15 seconds left in the third. Scholl out top with it, being guarded by Merrick. Scholl gets it over to Mullins. Mullins on the right wing with 10 seconds. Back out to Scholl. 7 seconds to go. Scholl gets it over left side. Smith with it. Down to 3 seconds. Scholl's going to have to go with it here. He has to force it up, and he's fouled. Almost threw it in.
Well, they should put some time back on the clock because there was a foul called. So we're definitely going to reset the clock. Scholl's going to get 3 free throws. And we're going to have to clear the
cheerleaders are coming out on the floor here.
The cheerleaders are out on the field.
Yeah, the cheerleaders are out on the field.
Please tell me somebody got that. But here you go on our replay for VIA Production. Scholl just goes up, and he got hit by Colbert on the arm, and Colbert couldn't believe it.
I don't know what he's worried or what he thinks he didn't do there. You could hear it right in front of us. You heard the smack.
Sounded like a Ric Flair chop.
It really
right on
did.
The arm, and they're going to have to put some time back on the clock here, I believe, because that foul was called with at least a second left. So they put 2 seconds back on the clock.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought there would be a little time.
And we've cleared the cheerleaders.
But yeah, I mean, you could hear it plain as day that Colbert smacked Scholl on the arm going up.
That's a foul you don't need. Or they're putting .2 back on the clock, excuse me. So apparently that foul came with less time than I thought.
And Scholl's first free throw, no good off the back iron. But yeah, I thought there was maybe a second.
I thought
left,
a second at least. But the officials are the final say.
And Scholl's second free throw gets this one connect. He's got 21 points now, 47-43 in favor of Chapmanville. Trying to build this lead to at least 5 going into quarter number 4, and it will be. So Scholl with 22 points. They'll inbound it. Barba won't even get it off in time as he heaves it to the other end. But Chapmanville leads it 48-43 as we head to the start of quarter number 4 right after this. As you are watching Chapmanville Tigers basketball action with us right here live on WVOW Radio, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Kinzel Law Office is a local firm located at 36 Adams Street in Chapmanville. Rob Kinzel has been practicing law in Logan County for over 15 years and is dedicated to providing quality legal representation for personal injury, criminal defense, and family law for individuals and families throughout southern West Virginia. Call Kinzel Law Office today to set up your free consultation. Rob Kinzel, quality legal services close to home.
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives.
FCA has become a full circle in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
Start of quarter number 4 here from Chapmanville, West Virginia, as we are here for the Phenoms Country Roads Classic. Chris Kidd here with you, alongside me Nathan Bush, as Chapmanville saw their 10-point lead shrink to 5 at the end of the quarter. But again, both teams having their struggles from the field. And Obina back in with 3 fouls, but ISA will get the ball to start the fourth quarter, which means Chapmanville will get the ball if there's a tie-up this period.
And here comes regular starters out for Chapmanville.
We'll get it over to Clayton on the right wing. Again, ISA going left to right across your computer screen and radio dial. Chapmanville right to left. Clayton, top of the key for Colbert. Back over to Clayton, looking down low for Badeko. Dalton trying to shield him. Still looking. Now they give it to Ambrose. Now they lob it in for Badeko, and he's fouled from the weak side by Smith, who tried to come in and rip it away. As that'll be team foul number 5 against Chapmanville, only 2 against ISA here.
That's a good foul there, though, from Smith, because Badeko's going to go up and slam it home. So good foul there for him.
So Clayton will inbound it to Badeko as he gets out beyond the 3-point line. Now Obina switched on to him. They get it over to Colbert. Out to Ambrose. Now back towards midcourt for Clayton as they look to reset the offense.
Now you look, Chapmanville back in man-to-man defense.
They go down low, and Ambrose pass off the mark and out of bounds as Obina with good defense on Badeko that time.
If they're going to stay in man-to-man, look for Badeko and Ambrose to get underneath and get position and go to work.
48-43 Chapmanville, early moments of the fourth quarter. Scholl inside Obina, goes up, and this time fouled hard as he goes to the ground as Badeko tried to go for the block and got a piece of the arm, and Obina will go to the line.
Well, that was 2 Titans meeting in the air on that one with Obina and Badeko up as Obina goes up for it and Badeko fouls him. Now let's see if Obina can convert these free throws.
As he hits on the first, Obina now with 11 points for the game.
You know, Coach D'Antoni's probably watching. Hello, Coach, if you're watching.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd say we'll have a lot of eyes glued on this throughout the weekend with some of the Division I talent that's on all these teams as Obina gets both free throws to go, and Chapmanville gets the lead back up to where it was at halftime at 7. Barba looks to cut into it again and does so as Barba once again gets free and hits his 5th 3 of the game.
And that guy can shoot. He can flat out shoot.
And right now, Coach Napper not happy that he's the one of all people that Chapmanville let get space that time as the lead back down to 4.
And looks like still trying to run that pressure as ISA.
He'll go for 3, and Philip Mullins answers on the other end. He's now got 15 points for the game and his 3rd 3-pointer.
And you got to know Philip Mullins felt great to get that one to fall.
And he's a kid that you saw in here putting in work in the offseason like a lot of others, but, you know, Philip would come in here and do all sorts of extra drills, extra shooting drills. I mean, he's someone that really wanted to improve his shooting, and it's paying off tonight. As inside Badeko crashes to the ground, and we're going to get a foul here. And boy, oh boy, how was that a foul?
Well, Badeko's down. He might be hurt.
Yeah, he went down, but there wasn't a Chapmanville player anywhere near him. And even Scholl coming down saying that's fake. And wow, there's an Academy Award for Badeko on that one.
Well, I mean, there may not have been a foul there, Chris.
Yeah, he may have gotten hurt.
There
definitely wasn't a foul committed by a Tiger on that play.
It didn't look like there was. Looked like there was nobody near him unless he got tripped up. That'd been the only way I could see it, but I didn't see a Tiger around him when he went down.
Trying to see maybe what could have happened to him on that play. Yeah. Again, Brody Dalton was the only one near him on that play, and the only thing you could think was maybe that something got into his face here. Again, we're trying to take a look at it here on the replay.
Looked like he fell on the ball, and that might have hurt him.
And again, Dalton's arm went up there near the end, but it couldn't have been more than a flashing glance across the face there. Again, might have caught him there in the nose a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like he's grabbing his as we'll look again a little closer here.
Yeah, again, Dalton was flashing for the ball that time.
Okay, that's what happened is Dalton's left hand went up, caught him right in the face, and they're going to help him up. They're going to take about 3 of them to get him up, but they got him up. That's a big man. Looks like he's going to be okay. That's good.
And that's one of those just kind of like glancing blows you take that just kind of stuns you a little bit.
Well, if you get hit in the nose, Chris, I mean,
that's what I said.
Dalton had his hand straight up, so definitely caught him in the nose.
That's what I said, one of those glancing blows that get you as you're coming by that time.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those kind of stuns you as they inbound it. Ambrose, and he'll slam it home on the left side as he got free.
That was a nice inbounds play there from ISA. This game is back to 5 with 6 minutes to go here. 53-48, the Chapmanville Tigers lead.
Over to Mullins on the right side. Mullins, top of the key for Scholl. Scholl being guarded by Barba. As Badeko will check in at the next whistle. Now back over to Scholl into the corner for Mullins. He'll take a 3 with 2 men around him. No good. Brody Dalton, though, with the rebound. Dalton fakes up, goes to Obina. Obina, count it, and the foul for Obina and Achille Killen. As he was able to fight his way up on Ambrose that time, through the contact, and had enough mobility and enough strength to get that up over him for the M1.
And that was a nice take by Obina. Look here, muscles it up, gets the ball to drop. And, Chris, a play like that is what takes a good player to a great player, and that's what Obina just did there with that play. He has played great tonight, even with the foul trouble he's been in.
And so Obina with a chance to increase this lead to 8 here with a free throw. And that was a good find, too, by Brody Dalton. Again, he was trapped underneath with a couple of trees around him, and then he found his own personal tree in Obina, who came flying up the middle, and Obina hits the free throw. As he's been deadly from the line tonight. He's 7 of 8 from the charity stripe. He missed his first and made his last 7. Dillenbeck lobs it inside. Badeko, good position, and he'll slam it home with 2 hands as he's now got 9 points for the game and the lead down to 6.
And that's a play that I'm surprised we haven't seen more of. And there's a turnover.
Yes, there's a steal for Barba over to Clayton. Clayton drives in right side, up and under, kicks it out. 3 from the corner. Colbert short, but Clayton gets the rebound. Out to Dillenbeck. He'll drive in, gets inside, but misses. Colbert with the rebound. He's blocked by Obina from behind, and now a foul underneath. And my goodness, 4 or 5 clean and good looks for ISA on that trip, and they couldn't get any to fall. As on video productions, we take a look at the 2-handed slam by Badeko underneath and a good pass inside.
He doesn't even have to jump.
He basically did one of those like he barely hopped up to put that in. That
like
time.
Me trying to get the last ice cream cone out of the freezer, you know.
It's a good set play, but man, that right down that sequence right there, they had a good open look from 3, 2 open looks on layups, and just couldn't get any of them to fall.
Yeah, and that could have cut it to a 1-possession game, and now the press has been on, and they fall back here.
Down to 4:38 to go in the fourth quarter, 56-50. Chapmanville leads it against International Sports Academy.
And they're going to try to press here out of this zone from the looks of things.
And now Dalton with it, finds Obina, lobs it back over to Scholl. Scholl trying to tell everyone to settle down here as he gets it over to Philip Mullins on the left wing. Now Mullins back out into Dalton. Dalton caught in midair, tries to find Scholl and just does. Scholl now to Obina at the free throw line. Obina tried to go in with the right hand, but comes up short. Rebounded by Badeko. He brings up right side. It looked like almost a push off that time. Gets it to Colbert. He'll go for 3. No good. Rebound tipped out. Scholl takes it, and he's fouled on the rebound as Colbert got a piece of him.
And Colbert has had look after look after look tonight, Chris. He has not been able to find the bottom of the bucket from 3. He's really struggled. As now checking in will be Anthony Combs, who is number 30 from last night in the Beckley Prep game. We didn't have his name last night. We got it tonight. He is an outside marksman. He knocked down big shots last night for this ISA squad.
So 30-second timeout here. We'll keep things right here with us, with Chapmanville leading at 56-50 with 3:58 to go. Well, Nationwide Insurance Agent Greg Dalton is a proud supporter of Chapmanville Regional Athletics and the community of Logan County. For auto, home, life, and business insurance, call the Greg Dalton Agency at 304-855-4906. Greg Dalton Insurance, with offices on Main Street in Chapmanville and Main Street in Logan. For all your sides, there is Nationwide. This is WVOW Logan. So now it'll be Chapmanville ball out of the timeout. Trying to increase this lead at 16 fouls apiece, so the next foul on both sides will put this in the 1-1 for both sides. So we'll see if Chapmanville tries to continue to extend their offense here and force ISA to keep chasing.
Well, Chris, it's a 6-point ball game, 56-50. Chapmanville leads, and this is a time in the game when somebody's going to try and go on this last run here of the fourth quarter, and whoever goes on this last run will probably get out of here with the victory. But who's going to be that squad is really the question.
So now here comes Philip Mullins up the center of the floor, able to put the brakes on as Combs flies by. Now Mullins on the right side.
ISA's back in man-to-man.
He gets it over to Dalton. Dalton to Obina in the right corner. Dribbles out against Dylan Beck. Now he's caught, looking for help, and that'll get a timeout from Coach Brad Napper.
Good timeout there from Coach Napier.
It'll be a full timeout. Let's see if he's got a 30 left or not. Okay, so they only have full timeouts, so we'll take the full timeout as well. 3:35 remaining. We'll be back after this as you're listening to and watching Chapmanville Tiger basketball action with us right here live on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station.
I'm the elf on the shelf, and thanks to your woodworking skills, this is about to get a whole lot less jolly. And unless these are protected by Allstate, this little mess up is going to cost you big.
Protect your portable electronics against breaks, spills, and other Yuletide mishaps with a protection plan by Allstate. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com.
Meltdown, meltdown, meltdown.
Do you find yourself sitting on the couch, flipping through the same old channels night after night? Well, follow the smell of delicious butter popcorn to Marquee Cinemas at Southridge Center in South Charleston. Marquee Cinemas just finished Phase 1 of its renovations at the Southridge location. Come and relax in the new power leather recliners. Marquee Cinemas, your place for family-friendly fun.
Welcome back, everybody. 3:35 remaining in what has been a tightly contested game all the way through, and Chapmanville leading it 56-50 with the ball here out of the timeout as ISA putting the pressure on right now. Again, both teams with 16 fouls apiece. So the next foul will put Chapmanville or ISA in the 1-1. Dalton with it, the freshman, goes to the ground, and let's see what we get here. Get a foul, a trip on Badeko. That'll be number 3 on him.
You know, Chris, last night Joe and I were amazed that this ISA squad and the Beckley Prep squad, a lot of them, there was very little foul trouble on either squad. As physical of a game as it was, there really was hardly any foul trouble. You'd see players getting their first foul in the fourth quarter.
And we saw that a little bit in the first game today. The second game, we saw more of a foul festival as Brody Dalton, the freshman, calmly sinks the first free throw at the front end of the 1-1. As Combs will come out now. The lead back up to 7. And again, Dalton had a very impressive football season as a freshman, too, with he and Chase Berry connecting a lot. Looks like a promising young receiver for Chapmanville as they go forward. He misses on the second.
Just a good young athlete, Chris.
Comes from that Dalton bloodline, baby, I tell you. Just run through Chapmanville for quite a while. 3:10 to go in the fourth quarter, 57-50 Chapmanville. Drive on the baseline by Clayton. Nice find for Dylan Beck, but he can't finish, and now a whistle underneath as Dylan Beck had a wide open look but couldn't put it down. And then you get a foul by Chase Berry, and probably a good foul if you're Chapmanville because Badeko had it right there in front of the rim for a possible dunk.
Yeah, all he had to do was put his arm up and he was dunking the ball. And I'll be interested to see where Badeko ends up in his collegiate career. He's yet to commit. I know he's got offers. He's a top 100 player in the country, top 30 from what I saw recently, according to ISA's Twitter page. So we'll see where he ends up going, and we'll be watching him play on, college hoops and March Madness and things like that.
Dylan Beck hits the first. Well, yeah, I mean, he's only a junior this year, and so he's definitely got a lot more time to improve, and you can definitely see the raw talent and ability of this young man, and you can see why he's coveted by so many schools already. As second free throw missed by Dylan Beck. Now pass up ahead. Obina able to get it away from Badeko and then poked away from behind by Clayton, but out of bounds. It'll stay with Chapmanville, leading at 57-51 with 2:52 remaining.
Chapmanville trying to hold on to this lead here, try to keep ISA on their heels here. Chapmanville's led in the majority of this ball game since the second quarter.
They get it to Mullins in the right corner. He'll step back out. Now to Scholl out near midcourt. Guarded by Clayton. Dribbles to the free throw line. Pull up jumper and a big shot by Andrew Scholl as he's got 24 points now. 59-51. Barba, the guy you don't want to leave open, and that's why he buries another three. And Coach Brad Napper furious that he's the one that they left open again that time, and the lead back down to 5. Full timeout by ISA. We'll take it as well. Back after this as you're watching and listening to Chapmanville basketball action with us right here live on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Seriously injured. Now it's time to pick a lawyer.
You pick one with big verdicts and settlements?
We've successfully handled many million-dollar cases.
How about the recommendation of a friend?
We probably help somebody in your neighborhood.
How about a firm with lots of resources?
You can have it all.
We're Farmer Klein and Campbell.
Well known and very effective.
When you call us about your injury, you'll know you've made the right decision.
Farmer Klein and Campbell is the way to go. Call 346-5990.
Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services, founded in 1975 by Riley Joe Evans, is a full-service funeral provider, offering services that respect all faiths, personal preferences, and financial considerations. They are the only funeral home in Boone, Lincoln, Logan, and Mingo counties with its own crematory. For more information, contact Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services at 304-855-3232 or visit www.evans-funeral-home.com or like Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services on Facebook to see their updated obituary.
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush here with you as we're coming down to the final moments here. 2.5 to go, and Chapmanville clinging to a 5-point lead. They get it across midcourt. Obina with it out towards midcourt, being guarded by Barba. Picks up his dribble, needs help, and finds Philip Mullins. 59-54 Tigers. Mullins goes inside with it. Obina now dribbles back out, picked up by Badeko. Obina looking, finding Scholl over along the far side. Scholl, guarded by Colbert, dribbles in, pulls up in front of him, short on the jumper, rebounded by Badeko as he and Mullins get tangled up, but now a chance for ISA to bring this back down to a one-possession game. We are under 2 minutes to go now. Clayton over right side, gets inside, drives in, misses on the layup, long rebound, Berry takes it, and here comes Chapmanville. Scholl over to Obina, drives in hard on Colbert, a blocking call made on Colbert, as that was going to be a bang-bang call, and it goes against Colbert. So that's 3 on him.
That was a bang-bang play there. As you said, Chris, let's take a look at the replay. Was this a block, or do we think it's a charge? And definitely a block. Feet were not set. Good call by the officials.
And he slid in there right at the last second to try and get Obina on the call, but couldn't get it, and that'll be a 2-shot foul for Obina, and he hits the first. He's 8 of 9 now from the line, and that's 8 in a row for him.
I believe we've had someone foul out.
That's 16 points for Obina, and trying to see if that is.
We got a timeout. I think. We got something.
Getting some confusion here as to what exactly happened, if Coach Brisky called a timeout or not.
Yeah, I believe he did.
Okay, no, it was 5 instead. Oh. Okay, so that was the case. Okay, so it was 5 on Colbert, so he's out.
Colbert really struggled tonight shooting, Chris. He had a rough night. Good defensively, but, man, he really had his struggles trying to knock down wide-open jump shots, and coming back in for him is going to be Combs.
And he started out well tonight. Again, he knocked down his first 3, had 5 points in the first quarter, but finishes with just 6 points altogether on the evening for Brad Colbert, along with the foul out. And now Obina with an opportunity to try and push this to a 3-possession lead with 1:40 to go. He sinks it again. He's just been lights out from the line tonight. 9 of 10 for big man. He's got 17 points and 61-54. And right now, if Andy Barba gets an open look, I think whoever leaves him open might as well keep running to the parking lot, because Coach Brad Napper is not going to be happy.
You're not wrong.
As Dylan Beck, top of the key with it, dribbles in, has it stripped away by Mullins. Mullins up ahead, dribbling in, 4-on-1 to Obina, stripped away, and a great defensive play by Clayton that time as Obina looked to put the exclamation point on this game, and he keeps them alive for the time being.
I think Dylan Beck rolled an ankle there. I could see him wincing, and he's really having trouble getting to the bench here. They're going to sub him out.
And that's hurtful for them as well on the offensive end, as he's one of the outside threats as they get it into Barry. His shot blocked, gets it out to Scholl. He'll go for three, and there's the dagger from Andrew Scholl, as he has now 6 3-pointers on the night. Over to Merrick. He'll try to answer on the other end. His 3 too strong. Barba gets the putback and the foul as he goes crashing hard to the deck. And boy, I tell you, Andy Barba showed up to play tonight, as he has had a tremendous ball game for ISA, as that's now on the evening 24 points for him.
Yeah, if there's somebody that ISA can hang their hat on tonight, it's Andy Barba. What a great play. And there's 25 points as this lead is back down now. And I'm not even going to try and do math. 7.
64-57. Chapmanville leads it up ahead to Chase Berry. Back to Scholl, and Scholl fouled by Barba. As that'll be team foul number 9 against ISA. So this will be the final 1-on-1 for Chapmanville. And, as big as Andrew Scholl has been from three-point land and from the field, it's not very often that Obina could tell him, hey, I outshot you from the free throw line tonight. Obina's 9 of 10 on the evening, and Scholl is 3 of 5, now 3 of 6 as he misses on this one. So a chance here for ISA, still with life. They get it over to Combs. He'll go for 3 from the corner. No good, off the side iron. Rebound comes out. Mullins with it. Mullins looks up ahead. Now tries to pull it out as he'll circle around. Out to Scholl. Scholl back to Mullins with 30 seconds underneath, and Philip Mullins shoved to the ground right in front of us as Badeko helps him up and pats him on the back. As that'll be number 4, I believe, now here on Badeko. Actually, no, it's going to be on Clayton. They're going to change the call, so that'll be 3 on him.
How would you like to have a guy the size of Badeko coming at you like that, just foul you?
Yeah, and, it was right in front of us, too, so I'm glad there wasn't a whole lot of momentum that was pushing them forward there.
Well, luckily it would have just hurt me. It wouldn't have broke my computer, eh, Robbie?
No, Robbie's going to dive in front of that thing like his life depended on it.
Video production has been great to work with here, Chris, and WVOW, our guys back in the studio. Terry Bucklew and Fast David Anderson back in the studio. I'm trying to come up with a nickname for him. It's not working. But, those two guys have been great helping us out, get everything set up here. And Phenon Hoops Report has done a great job as well.
Mullins misses on the first attempt, still with the second. 29.2 seconds left, and misses on the second. So 64-57 Chapmanville. Final 25 seconds. Barba out on it, takes a contested 3 against Barry. Missed this time. Long rebound comes out. Now up ahead to Obina. In a foot race with Barba. Slams it home and puts ISA to bed with a huge dunk to signal a huge win for the Chapmanville Tigers. As a miss by Clayton, ball goes out of bounds. It'll go over to Chapmanville. And this Tiger club that looked like they might get run out of their own gym in the first couple of minutes of this game will come away with a 66-57 win over International Sports Academy and continue to stay unbeaten on their home floor since 2017. What a performance by the Tigers after that tough opening 4-minute salvo by ISA. But Chapmanville picks up the victory and will now earn a date with Miller, Virginia tomorrow, and what will be another very tough opponent to go up against here from Danny Gobby Gymnasium. 66-57 your final. Chapmanville takes it over ISA. We'll step aside for a break and be back after this 2-minute timeout as you are watching and listening to Chapmanville basketball action with us right here live on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services, founded in 1975 by Riley Joe Evans, is a full-service funeral provider, offering services that respect all faiths, personal preferences, and financial considerations. They are the only funeral home in Boone, Lincoln, Logan, and Mingo counties with its own crematory. For more information, contact Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services at 304-855-3232 or visit www.evans-funeral-home.com or like Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services on Facebook to see their updated obituary information.
Peyton, what are we doing here?
Welcome to Peytonville. Nationwide helps protect everything you see in here, Brad. Every family, every business, even Mrs. Hoffman's dream of retiring to become a yoga instructor.
Oh, they have backstories.
Here, I got more to show you.
You've been seriously injured. Now it's time to pick a lawyer.
You pick one with big verdicts and settlements?
We've successfully handled many million-dollar cases.
How about the recommendation of a friend?
We probably help somebody in your neighborhood.
How about a firm with lots of resources?
You can have it all.
We're Farmer Klein & Campbell.
Well-known and very effective.
When you call us about your injury, you'll know you've made the right decision.
Farmer Klein & Campbell is the way to go. Call 346-5.
Mitchell.
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd here with you, alongside me, Nathan Bush, as Chapmanville knocks off ISA Osborne 66-57. And again, Nathan, it seemed like early on this game was possibly going to be very one-sided in ISA's favor, but after the opening couple of moments, Chapmanville really turned it up, started to pick up their outside shooting. ISA went cold, and Chapmanville ended up taking a 10-point lead eventually, but then ISA stormed back after Chapmanville went cold in the third quarter. But the Tigers showing their mettle and showing why they're the two-time defending West Virginia state champions, as they are able to hold off ISA in the end and then push their way to a 9-point victory at 66-57.
Yeah, they really played well, Chris. I thought the Tigers showed how good they really are. These are not just typical schools is the word I'm searching for there. I do this for a living. These are really tough schools. These are prep schools. These are schools with Division I offers. Of course, Obina's got the Division I offer, but a lot of people counted Chapmanville out. Just if you look at ISA Osborne walking onto the court and you look at Chapmanville walking on the court, the eye test would tell you, oh, man, this is not good. But Chapmanville played well tonight. They played tough, and there were some key players for the Tigers in this game, and I'm sure we'll talk about them right now.
Let's take a look at our final scoring here on both sides. Again, we'll start with ISA International Sports Academy. Again, they were led by Andy Barba, who had 25 points on the evening, including 6 3-pointers. Then he was followed by Charles Badeko with 9 points. Then you had Colby Dillenbeck with 8 points. Keon Ambrose with 6 points. Brad Colbert with 6 points. And rounding out the scoring was Jaden Clayton with 3 points. On the other end, leading all scorers for Chapmanville, and in this game in particular, was Andrew Scholl with 27 points on the evening, including 6 3-pointers of his own, equaling Barba's total, including that nail-in-the-coffin 3 near the end of the fourth quarter. And then after that, you had Obina Anachile kill him with 19 points, including that thunderous dunk that put the game away for good right at the end, and including going 9 of 10 from the foul line. As we take a look at it here on video productions with our replay, again, this is the stuff that stuffed ISA for the evening.
Jeez.
And pushes Chapmanville to 2-1 on the evening.
Apologies for the puns of Chris Kidd.
Yeah, you should have been with us on video productions earlier. I had a great one with that game. You have to go back.
Heard it.
You have to go back and check that one out at the end of the third quarter. That one was Hall of Fame worthy right there. Kirk Gowdy himself would have been pumped. Nathan sits in silence. Okay.
Yeah.
then you have Philip Mullins with 15 points on the night. And Philip had 3 3-pointers that proved to be very huge at the outcome of this game. Then Chase Berry and Hunter Jeffrey with 2 points each. But again, the 2 points each don't account for all the work that those two put in on the defensive end as well, helping out with Ambrose, helping out with Badeko. I mean, they really did a number on the inside on both ends.
Yeah, Hunter Jeffrey, Chris, he was really one of my biggest unsung heroes of this game, especially that first half. He came in when Obina got down with 2 fouls early and had to step up and play big minutes, and he did just that. He did all those little things that we talked about that you just pointed out, and I think he did a great job. And Hunter Jeffrey, he may not show up big in the stat sheet, but he was big tonight for the Tigers.
And then you have Brody Dalton, the other Tiger, closing out with 1 point on the evening for Chapmanville to add up to a 66-57 win. Well, it's time now for the Temp Control Hot Hand of the Game, brought to you by Temp Control of Chapmanville. And tonight's hot hand goes to Andrew Scholl with 27 points, including 6 3-pointers. Again, Andrew Scholl dominated play here tonight from the outside and the perimeter. Again, just a tremendous shooting night for Shoal. Again, 27 is what he had against Nitro. 27 is what he has tonight against International Sports Academy. And this winter, if you want your home to be as comfortable as possible, call Stuart Trickler and Roland Mullins at Temp Control at Chapmanville at 304-855-5200. We'll step aside for our final break, and when we come back, we'll also have our Player of the Game on Video Productions coming your way, so don't go anywhere, and we'll talk about our broadcast coming up tomorrow here on WVOW as we've got 2 more games. We got Man coming your way and Chapmanville coming your way yet again tomorrow here from the Phenoms Country Roads Classic. You're watching and listening to Chapmanville basketball action with us right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
I'm Tanya Crubb, Director of Acute Inpatient Rehab, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Wright, Surgical Podiatrist from Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
I'm Romel Mitchell, Executive Secretary, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Thank you for trusting your care at
Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Kinzel Law Office is a local firm located at 36 Adams Street in Chapmanville. Rob Kinzel has been practicing law in Logan County for over 15 years and is dedicated to providing quality legal representation for personal injury, criminal defense, and family law for individuals and families throughout southern West Virginia. Call Kinzel Law Office today to set up your free consultation. Rob Kinzel, quality legal services close to home. Do you find yourself sitting on the couch, flipping through the same old channels night after night? Well, follow the smell of delicious butter popcorn to Marquee Cinemas at Southridge Center in South Charleston. Marquee Cinemas just finished Phase 1 of its renovations at the Southridge location. Come and relax in the new Power Leather recliners. Marquee Cinemas, your place for family-friendly fun.
I'm the elf on the shelf, and thanks to your woodworking skills, this is about to get a whole lot less jolly. And unless these are protected by Allstate, this little mess up is going to cost you big.
Protect your portable electronics against breaks, spills, and other Yuletide mishaps with a protection plan by Allstate. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com.
Meltdown, meltdown, meltdown.
66-57, Chapmanville wins it tonight over ISA Osborne, and here on WVOW and here on Video Productions, and we did our Player of the Game on WVOW. Now we're going to do our Player of the Game on Video Productions, and tonight, big choice here. We went with Andrew Scholl on the Temp Control Player of the Game. We're going to go with Hunter Jeffrey. Here, the Farmer, Klein, and Campbell Player of the Game here on Video Productions. Again, finished with 2 points, but boy, oh boy, did he do a lot of the work there in the first half. When Obina picked up that second foul and had to go to the bench basically for the rest of the first half, he allowed Chapmanville to be able to go on that run offensively with some of his big defensive plays, came with a couple of big steals as well. And I tell you what, Big Head was on that beat tonight, man. That's his nickname.
My God.
and he ended up producing huge tonight for the Chapmanville
We go
Tigers.
from the Orange Mamba last year to Big Head.
You know what? That's what the teammates call him. So that's what they stick with, and he doesn't seem to mind it.
Hey,
so.
if he likes it, let's go for it.
Yeah, Hunter's a pretty easygoing guy, so he just kind of adopted it and moved on. But I tell you what, he coming up from JV last year, he produced big time here tonight and was able to give Chapmanville a chance to stay in the game and not only do that but extend the lead with Obina out. And so he is our Farmer, Klein, and Campbell Player of the Game here on Video Productions. Well, again, Nathan, going to be a long day tomorrow. Again,
oh, boy, is it.
Yeah, I told you, on Video Productions, I'll be in at GW High School at 12:30 tomorrow for Riverside and Capital, and then after that, GW plays at 2:30, and then right after that, I'll be right back down here with you for Man taking on Nitro, and then we get a little bit of a breather, and then we go into the nightcap with Chapmanville and Miller. And again, seeing Miller, Virginia today, I mean, they played a very impressive game against Beckley Prep, winning that one by 6. So it'll be interesting to see how Chapmanville matches up with their size and athletic ability. But this Chapmanville Tiger team, just every time people think that they can't, they find a way to show that they can still.
Absolutely, and don't forget to tune in to Basketball Friday night on WVOW following our broadcast here. with Joe Linville and all the guys up there in Huntington. And don't forget, tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m., it's the Hatcher Show. We'll be talking about all sorts of things. It'll be Mark Hatcher, Justin Turner, and I'll be on the board. So make sure you tune in. Lots of basketball to talk about. Let's not miss it.
It's going to be a fun-filled weekend, has been so far, so make sure you spend your Saturday with us tomorrow here on WVOW Radio and on Video Productions. Well, the Chapmanville Tigers win a big game tonight over International Sports Academy as they knock off the team from Osborne, Ohio, 66-57. So for Aaron Stone, our cameraman, for Robbie Mounts on video production, our engineer back in the WVOW studio, David Anderson, Terry Bucklew, for Nathan Bush, I'm Chris Kidd saying so long tonight from Danny Gobby Gymnasium in Chapmanville, West Virginia, as you have been listening to and watching Chapmanville Tiger basketball action right here live on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.